Dear kids, today we're going to tell a story called Little Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. In a beautiful forest, there lived a smart and brave little girl. She always wore a red hat, so everyone affectionately called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood was going to visit her grandmother, who lived on the other side of the forest. But in this mysterious forest, there lived a cunning big bad wolf. Would Little Red Riding Hood be able to reach her grandmother's house safely? What dangers would she encounter? Let's prick up our little ears and listen to this story full of wisdom and courage. On the edge of a lush forest, there was a small village. In the village lived a lovely little girl named Lily. She was called Little Riding Hood because she wore a red hat every day, and this hat was her most precious treasure. Lily was not only cute on the outside, but also very kind and brave on the inside. Her mother often praised her, saying, "Lily, you are the bravest child." Whenever she heard this, Lily would smile sweetly, her eyes curving into crescent moons. One day, the sun was shining brightly, and a gentle breeze was blowing. Lily's mother said to her, "Dear, Grandma is sick. Can you help Mommy take some snacks to her?" Lily nodded without hesitation and said happily, "Of course. I love going to see Grandma." So Lily put on her red hat, carried a small basket full of snacks, and skipped towards the forest. Along the way, she saw many beautiful flowers and couldn't help but stop to pick a few, planning to give them to Grandma. Lily walked into the forest along a winding path. The trees in the forest were tall and dense, and the sunlight shone through the leaves, casting mottled shadows on the ground. The air was filled with the fresh smell of the earth, and occasionally the cheerful songs of birds could be heard. After walking for a while, Lily suddenly heard a low voice. "Ahem. What a nice smell!" She was startled and looked around but saw no one. Just as she was about to continue, a gray figure flashed out from behind a tree. It was a big bad wolf. The big bad wolf's eyes sparkled with a sly light. He asked in a gentle tone, "Little girl, where are you going?" Although Lily was a little scared, she remembered what her mother had said about being polite to others, so she replied, "I'm going to my grandma's house to give her some snacks." The big bad wolf was secretly delighted and thought, "This is heaven sent. I can go to grandma's house first, eat her, and then deal with this little girl." So he said hypocritically, "Oh, is that so? Do you know how to get to your grandma's house?" Lily answered innocently, "Yes, it's on the other side of the forest." The big bad wolf nodded and pretended to be concerned, saying, "That's really far. You have to be careful on the way." With that, he left in a hurry. After the big bad wolf left, he didn't really leave the forest, but quietly went around to the front of Lily. He ran all the way and soon arrived at Grandma's house. Grandma's house was a cozy little wooden cabin surrounded by all kinds of flowers and plants. The big bad wolf knocked on the door. Grandma opened the door and was stunned. "Who are you?" The big bad wolf put on a gentle voice and said, "I'm a friend of Lily's. I've come to visit you." Although Grandma was a bit suspicious, she still let the big bad wolf into the house. As soon as the big bad wolf entered the house, he immediately showed his fierce look, pounced on Grandma, and locked her in the closet. Then he put on Grandma's clothes, put on her glasses, and lay in Grandma's bed, waiting for Lily to arrive. At the same time, Lily was walking and humming a song in a very happy mood. As she walked, she also greeted the little animals on the roadside. "Hello, little rabbit. Hello, little squirrel. The little animals also responded to her one after another, and the whole forest was filled with a happy atmosphere. However, when she got to Grandma's door, she suddenly had a strange feeling. She stopped and frowned. Why is Grandma's door open? Usually, Grandma always closes the door. She hesitated for a moment and decided not to go in, but stood at the door and shouted, "Grandma, I'm here." A familiar voice came from the room. "Come in." Child, Lily thought the voice sounded a bit strange, but she still pushed the door open and walked in carefully. Lily walked into the room and saw Grandma lying in bed at a glance. She walked closer to the bed and carefully looked at Grandma's appearance, always feeling that something was not quite right. At this time, Grandma said, "Dear, come here and let me look at you." Lily slowly walked closer to the bed, her eyes staring closely at Grandma. She noticed that Grandma's ears were much longer than usual, and her claws were also showing. Her heart immediately rang with alarm bells, but she still remained calm on the surface. Lily deliberately asked Grandma, "Why are your ears so long?" The big bad wolf tried to act calm and replied, "Ah, this is so that I can hear you better." Lily asked again, "Then why are your claws so big?" The big bad wolf hurriedly explained, "This is because I want to give you a better hug." Lily already understood almost everything, but she didn't directly expose the big bad wolf's identity. Instead, she decided to use a trick to protect herself and Grandma. She suddenly shouted, "Grandma, there are a few little rabbits outside looking for you to play. They said they brought you fresh carrots." When the big bad wolf heard this, he immediately jumped out of bed. "Where?" Lily took the opportunity to run to the door, quickly closed it, and blocked it with a thick wooden stick. The big bad wolf found out that he had been tricked, roared angrily, and hit the door hard, but the door didn't move. Just as the big bad wolf was desperately hitting the door, Lily quickly ran to the closet, opened it, and rescued Grandma, who was trapped inside. Grandma looked at Lily gratefully, touched her head, and said, "Thank you, my dear granddaughter. You're so smart." Lily and Grandma discussed it and decided to go find the hunter in the forest for help. They walked out of the house and saw the hunter on patrol from afar. Lily hurriedly ran over and told the hunter what had happened at home. After listening, the hunter immediately rushed to Grandma's house with his hunting dog. When he arrived, the big bad wolf was still hitting the door crazily. The hunter used a rope to tie around the big bad wolf's neck and subdued it. After some commotion, the big bad wolf was finally taken away by the hunter. Lily and Grandma returned to the warm little wooden cabin and sat down again to enjoy the delicious snacks. Lily felt very proud because she not only successfully protected herself and Grandma, but also learned how to deal with danger. Grandma stroked Lily's hair and said gently, "Dear, today's experience has made you braver and smarter. Remember, no matter what difficulties you encounter, you must stay calm and use your wisdom to solve problems." Lily nodded and said seriously, "Grandma, I will remember. Next time I encounter a bad person, I will be as brave as I was today." Dear kids, the story ends here. Through this story, we have learned many important truths. We should stay calm and use our brains to find solutions when we encounter danger. At the same time, we should also learn to protect ourselves and the people around us. Although Lily was young, she defeated the cunning big bad wolf with her wisdom and courage and became a real hero. I hope you can be like Lily, not shrink back when facing difficulties, and bravely solve problems. As long as we work together, there is no difficulty that we cannot overcome. Finally, Teacher Becky hopes you will subscribe to my channel so that I can share nice bedtime stories with you every day. Good night and sweet dreams.